Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Storytime Society. I'm your host Jamie, and I'm so happy you're here. I'm so glad you're alive. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of the Storytime Society. If you haven't already, please press the subscribe button, the like button, and as always, I want to hear your comments, questions, concerns, your thoughts, your innermost, deepest dialogue. But this is a mini episode. Did I say that already? I don't know. This is a mini episode, so it's going to be anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes long, depending on how much I have to say about the stories. And just really quickly, we have a Spotify subreddit to post stories to. Oh, God, I forgot. Oh, a Discord if you want to join and chat and join the community. And yeah, all linked below. Spotify, you can follow on there, listen while you're driving or whatever. It's just easier to listen to like when you're driving and stuff like that if you're not wanting to watch like the video or whatever. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. If you know, you know. But anyways, the theme of this mini episode is double life. So like husbands living double lives. Usually it is the man that's living the double life, so I fear that these are all actually about men. um are we surprised? No, not at all. But anyways, let's read the first story of this episode. It's a short one, but there's an update in the story. So I'm just going to read it all in one because it's pretty short. So, okay. The title is My Boyfriend Died and I Found Out He Had a Wife. So I had this amazing guy, we'll call him Jared. Jared was so different than anyone I've ever dated. Jared was 25 years old, about to celebrate a birthday later this month, right before Christmas. Literally the sweetest guy. Until the last couple months, we began to fight all the time over little things. I knew Jared had a roommate and met a man when I had been over there. Tragically, Jared died Friday night riding his motorcycle. My heart is broken. His brother texted me saying Jared had a roommate who calls herself Jared's wife that he then mentioned to me he knew nothing about, even after being with him almost every single day. I feel so confused at this point, and I don't know what to think. I miss him as my friend, but this is just a lot of emotions. Is he married? Did I ever know who he was? Update, I went to dinner with the brother. It turns out Jared was in fact leading multiple double lives, was leaving a woman's apartment when he crashed and died. Not the so-called wife/roommate, but another woman he who thought she was his girlfriend. Brother tells me the roommate was not his wife and is delusional that Jared told him he was using her for convenient punani. However, he did co-sign a 2019 Camaro for her. Had multiple women. Brother flirted with me the entire time even though I kept bringing the conversation back to Jared. He asked me if I would ever be with him. After asking him, wouldn't that be wrong? The brother said if Jared was here and didn't want to be with me, he would want us together. Not looking forward to the funeral. Miss who I thought he was, but definitely got my closure. Brother is an asshole. Edit, he didn't fake his death. A lot of comments keep saying that. His body was found and identified, according to multiple news articles and his mother. Insane. Like, that is so insane. I couldn't even imagine. Obviously, like, I don't know how long they were dating for. I don't think that the last couple months we've been, yeah, I don't know if she said anything about, like, how long they were dating for, but that would actually be so crazy if that happened. And it's also like sad because obviously you're sad, but it's like the dichotomy of it, like you're sad, but then at the same time you're like super upset. Like, would you even be sad about him dying anymore? It would be so hard to like figure out how you were feeling. Like the emotions would be so, I feel like, confusing because you would just be like, well, he's obviously like a shit person if he's leading multiple lives. So maybe the person that I knew wasn't even him. So should I even like feel grief if the person that I was dating didn't even technically exist? I don't know. I feel like that would be so hard and so confusing. Hopefully they weren't dating for too long, which it didn't really seem like they were because obviously she had only been over to his house like once maybe. So let's just, I don't know. How do you even get around that? How do you make sure something like that doesn't happen? It's like so annoying because obviously you don't want to be that like super controlling, not trusting girlfriend, but at the same time it's like, oh, but you were leading a double life. Like if I would have just been that super controlling, untrusting girlfriend, I could have found out before you died and then it was revealed to me, you know? Okay. This is on True Off My Chest 28 days ago, and the title is My Husband's Double Life. For about a year and a half, I had this gut feeling that something was going on between my husband and a coworker. I was told time and time again that they were just friends. About a year ago, I decided to check our phone bill. The amount of time they spent on the phone made me physically ill. He still swore that they were just friends. I know, stupid me. We decided that after being together for nearly 20 years with 3 children, our relationship was worth fixing. He's military, so right after I discovered all the phone calls, we were set to PCS in a different state. I was hesitant about packing up our entire lives and moving yet again after discovering my husband's close relationship with this girl. But I rolled up my sleeves and I got to packing. I would do anything for this man. And now here I am, nearly a year after the move, and shattered. My husband went away for work, and I knew she would be there. After one day of him being away, all contact stopped. He came home 4 days later and admitted everything to me. There were several work trips that were not work related at all. They were getaways with this girl. He admitted to having a sexual relationship with her and went as far as telling me that he loves her. He said I wouldn't understand the connection that they have and that I could never make him feel the way that she does. He said he wanted a divorce. That was 2 weeks ago. Since that conversation, he has sat out 3 children, 11 and 8-year old twins, and told them he'll always care about me. But we're separating. He avoids coming home, does not look at me when he is home, and has been distracting himself from our children. And has been distancing himself from our children. On Thursday, he packed a suitcase and flew to her house. It's now Sunday night, and he's barely reached out to our children. He won't answer their phone calls or their texts. If he does, it's hours later, and he's very brief. I'm just at a total loss. I'll deal with him walking out on me. But to run to this girl and her child and neglect your own children is a different story. And he is a good, loving dad. So I'm just baffled that this has happened over the past few weeks and that turned him into a stranger. Oh, yuck. That's just actually insane. Like, I hate this kind of story where it's like the guy gets tired of his life, so he like moves on to what he thinks is like better and basically just replaces his whole family. Like, I'm sure he's acting like that kid is his kid now and trying to like act like this is his family, like this is his original family, and just like ignoring his old family. Like, okay, you guys are like, I've gotten enough use out of you. Bye. I've gotten what I needed. I'm gonna move on to the next family. Okay, some of the top comments. If he is in the military, he can be dishonorably discharged or lose a rank. Get a lawyer ASAP. Be wary of him hiding away money. It sounds like he is already doing this on some level. Get a lawyer now. Unfortunately, this marriage is over. He killed it. You just have to protect you and the kids. Not unfortunately. Actually, fortunately, because who would ever want to be with someone like this? Like, no, thank you. I bet that will turn him around real fast. Not that OP should take him back. Nothing like waking up from a fairy tale affair, then waking up to half your paycheck gone. I mean, yeah, if someone did that to me, I would be out for blood. I would be out for blood. Like, they would better be ready to pay me alimony for the rest of my life, honestly. I would absolutely, immediately, like, I mean, obviously I would want to seek counsel first because I don't know, like, what the laws are with this, but if it were the right thing to do, I would tell on him. I would be the tattletailer. Like, I would absolutely be going to the whatever guy in charge of the military and be like, yeah, this guy has a double life. So, bye. I mean, it's really sad that she's saying like this, he's a loving husband. He's like, but what? No, I don't think so. I don't think he is. actually. I think he is actually one of the least loving people I know if he's having a double life and ignoring his children. Get an attorney and let them know he's in the military. This man abandoned his family for a woman who didn't respect marriage. Odds are his relationship won't work out. Don't take him back. Get sole custody of the kids. I'm so sorry you're dealing with this. Do you have family or a close friend who can stay with you? Hug your babies. Seriously. Protect those children because God, like, just people that can do something like that, like just leading a double life with a whole different family, is a different type of beast. Like, that is just a different type of beast to be messing with. And probably one of the worst. Wait, I want to see, actually, I didn't look if there was an update, but I want to see if there is, because it was 28 days ago when she posted that, so it's possible. Oh my gosh, aw. She has like all these posts, but they're all removed, and it says, "How do you get over being left for the affair partner?" That's so sad. That's just. Oh wait, I want to see what this says, but I can't, motherfucker. Whatever. All right, let's read the next story. I kind of like am regretting reading these because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm losing more hope. More and more hope is lost after every story like this. Okay, this is also very short. Just found out my partner is leading a double life as a sex addict, and I am in shock. I've been with my boyfriend for 3 years. He has taken on my 2 young kids as his own and is a loving, amazing, affectionate man. I've never been happier. Great, normal, healthy sex life. I truly believe he loves me and my children with all his being. Never had a worry in the world until last night. My life and my world, as I knew it, shattered. I accidentally stumbled upon his open and signed in adult friend finder account where it appears he's been hooking up and having threesomes with strangers and who knows what else for at least 12 years through the present, along with having a kick handle he's been passing out to everyone on his profiles, where his pictures happens to be of him deep in someone that's not me. Okay. What do I do? I am not familiar with this lifestyle. It would never be for me, but it looks like this is something that has been going on for the majority of his adult life. I have no idea how I could ever accept this, let alone look him in the eye. It's days before Christmas, and my kids consider him a father. I don't want to ruin it, but I'm crawling in my own skin. Somebody, please, a little insight. Not the balls deep. She said balls deep, but I was kind of scared to say that because that's just like, I don't know, it just doesn't roll off the tongue. You know? It doesn't roll off the tongue quite like I would like it to, but let's read some of the. I mean, what do? You leave this man. You leave him high and dry. Obviously you would first confront him about it, but I don't know. 3 years is crazy. And then not only that, but to like, obviously all these people are doing that, like exposing to possible STDs. But obviously, since this person is multiple people and threesomes and all that kind of stuff, like that's even higher of a risk. And that is like, just it that shows you the utmost disrespect because it's like, so you don't care about my health and well-being? Like, what if you got a life-threatening STD and then passed it to me and I have a child to take care of? You just don't give a fuck? Like, you'd rather go hook up and have threesomes with random people from this random app? It's so actually terrifying. Okay, some top comments. I tried getting through a partner's cheating sex addiction. He was on Adult Friend Finder too. It ruined my life and I was wasting so much time, money and energy into it. I wish I would have left the minute I found out. Since then, I decided to choose peace each time. Choose peace, OP. Absolutely. I mean, if you already off the bat know that this is not for you, like, that is, you know that you shouldn't be trying to continue a relationship with them. You should give it up and move on because, I mean, I think it takes a special type of person to be okay with that, but also him lying to you is like a huge, huge discrepancy in your relationship. And not only that, but if he would have just come to you in the beginning, I mean, even if you weren't okay with that, whatever, but what if you were okay with that and you were like, okay, yeah, like I'm open to, I don't know, a swinging type of relationship or something? That's fine. And then you can find like safe sex partners together if that's something that you're interested in, which I'm not saying that this girl is, but it's like the communication and the honesty aspect of it. And then it's like, oh, okay, now I know what I'm getting myself into. And this man has told me that he wants to do this and live this kind of lifestyle. And then you could choose if you want to be with this person or not, rather than finding out after 3 years that this man has spread all his bacteria into your cooch without your consent. Isn't that like, I mean, if she did get an STD from him, that would be illegal. Like she could press charges on him for that, because that is, I don't know what that is. I don't know what the law term of it is, but I know that that's illegal, and I would be pressing charges immediately. Like, that's ridiculous. I hate it. I'm going to keep it straight. Put his ass out. Please do not use the kids or Christmas as an excuse. 100% agree with that. Like, do not use that as an excuse. Please get rid of this man ASAP. The kids will be better off without this guy. Both will be okay. Do you need to holler, scream, or break dishes? No. Calmly tell him that you know about the cheating and you will not put up with it. If you want to be nice, you can give him until after the holidays to get his shit and go. He exposed you to STIs and has been lying to your face and God knows what else. He had a home and a family with you and he chose to jeopardize that. He made that decision and now he must live with it. None of this is your fault. This is the moment to be selfish and focus on healing from this betrayal and your family. Yes. Yes, queen. Please. Kick him out. Put him on the streets. Goodbye, sir. You should have just not gotten in a relationship if that's how you were going to act in a relationship. It's just crazy to me that people do that. Like, why would you even want to be in a relationship if this is the life you're leading? Like, it's so much more work to have to pretend and lie and meet up with people behind someone's back than to just live that lifestyle. And then no one can judge you for it because you're single. So who cares? Like, that's on you, and you're not putting anyone else at risk, at least, by lying. Okay, next story. Sorry. Don't want to get too bent out of shape. My husband cheated on me. He was living a double life. Before I get started, I'm 37 years old and he's 45. We have 2 toddlers together. We've been together for 6 years. We also have kids from past relationships, and we all have a great bond. My relationship with my husband, I thought, was great. There would be little arguments here and there, but it wasn't to the point where we wanted to leave each other. The arguments would be about not spending enough time with each other or the lack of communication. I stay at home with the kids and he works. When he finished work, he would come home and see us for a few minutes, and then he'd have to see his eldest son to take him to sports events. I wouldn't see my husband until late at night. I never had any doubts or questioned anything because he's with his son spending time with him. A few weeks ago, I got a random message from an old friend of his mentioning that my husband is with another woman. I was sent screenshots and I just couldn't believe it. It felt like my heart was in my stomach. I still didn't want to believe it, but I wanted to see more. I looked up the other woman and viewed her profile. I saw numerous pictures of them together. My heart shattered. I messaged her. I told her who I was and if she could call me. I didn't think she would, but she did. We talked for hours, finding out information because we didn't know about each other. They have been together for 4 years. She also has kids, but they're not his. He has a bond with her family too. On weekends, I wouldn't see my husband because he said he's spending time with his eldest son. I found out every weekend he's at the other woman's place. We'll just call her Lynn. After the weekend, he'd come back home and have that family life with me and the kids. I'd be home cooking, cleaning, and taking care of the kids. Yes, it's exhausting, but when he comes home, I want to spend time with him. But he was always too tired for me. I accepted that he must be tired from work and then having to take his son to sports games. I was wrong. Going back to Lynn's profile, I saw pictures of them together at Niagara Falls, soccer games, restaurants. It was hard. It was heartbreaking to see. We were supposed to go to those places together, but there's times we wouldn't have a babysitter for the kids. He found someone else to do it with. On Valentine's Day, after work, he brought me home a beautiful gift basket for me, but said he had to go take his son to his game. I found out he bought Lynn the same gift basket and they went out for dinner. I even saw the picture posted on her social media of them dressed up. I forgot to mention that he does have a good job, but he has a lot of expenses. He owes a lot of people and he has a lot of loans. The debt he's in is crazy. He's living paycheck to paycheck. I pay everything that the kids need: groceries, diapers, clothes, everything. I even helped my husband pay off some bills every month because he was struggling. I didn't want to see him stress. Lynn also told me that she's been helping him with bills too, so he's been using us. My birthday was coming up, and my husband told me his uncle died and that he didn't have enough money to buy him and his mom's tickets to go back home and attend the funeral. I helped him with it. He said he didn't want to leave me alone for my birthday. I said, don't worry about that. This funeral is more important than anything right now. But there was no funeral. Him and Lynn booked a vacation trip. She paid for it. He left me alone with our two kids on my birthday. It was a long week for me. Lynn still wanted to take him on this trip after finding out he has a family. She made it clear that she wasn't leaving him. She loves him too much. She said she has low self esteem and that they've been through a lot together. This nightmare doesn't end. I found out he has a child out there that he has nothing to do with. He pays child support but has never met her. I think she's 10 years old. It's honestly a lot to take in. While he was gone on his trip, I packed his things and threw away things that he got me. When he came back, he wanted to see the kids a week after coming back. I let him come over to see them. He still hasn't given me back my keys, and he won't take his things. The kids missed him. It was so hard for me to keep it together, but I broke down and cried when he had to leave because I know where he's going. I feel so betrayed. How could the one I loved so much do that to me? I wonder, has he gotten over me already now that he has someone else? In the end, I feel like I lost. Lynn got what she wanted. He chose her over family, and I'm the one in pain taking care of our kids alone. I really thought he'd try and fight to have his family back. This is messing with my mental health. I'm a mess. You do not want, I'm sorry, but you don't want someone that is going to do that. Like, she did not win. She literally lost big time. She got a man that is probably going to have multiple double lives with someone else. And then, okay, if she's fine with that, whatever. But that just shows, obviously, she even said it herself, the level of self confidence that she has, which means that she's not happy and she's not happy with herself, which means that she didn't get, like, she didn't win. You did not lose. You won because you got to get that man out of your life. This man that is treating women like fucking Sims characters, like building a little family on with them and then going to the next person. Like, what? That is just crazy. That is crazy. Like, no. What? I'm so confused. Are they like Build-A-Bears? Next one. I want to go get another Build-A-Bear. Like, I just don't understand why you would want someone like that in your life. And hopefully, this whole thing would make you realize that, which obviously I don't know. And not everyone ends up seeing the bright side of a relationship like this ending, which is really sad to me because this is like the opportunity of a lifetime. Like, yeah, obviously it sucks and I'm not trying to glamorize it at all. But if it happens to you, you have the ability and you have the opportunity to turn it into something so amazing. Like, get your life together and build up your self confidence and raise your kids in a strong and healthy way and realize your worth and like work on yourself and really think so deeply too, because this kind of thing makes you just put so many things into perspective that you normally wouldn't. Also, like, obviously you're living your life revolves around your husband and his double life, so now you get to focus on yourself and focus on your kids. But honestly, I hope that you realize she doesn't have any updates, so I don't know if she ever realized, but it's going to be okay. And you're 37 and he's 45. And so it's okay. You know, it's like you're 37. I mean, I'm not saying 45 is old, but obviously it's older than her. And like, you're still in your prime, girl. 37? Like, girl. Yeah, you have kids, which, wait, we have, oh, they have kids. And then she has kids from a past relationship and he has kids from a past relationship too. So just really, introspection. That's like the best thing that comes out of a breakup. Seriously. I couldn't be more happy with the time that I had to focus on myself and like truly introspect after a breakup, because it ended up being just like such an amazing time and learning so much about myself and becoming so much more confident and secure in myself and knowing like who I truly am and being confident in who I am as a person, you know, and being like proud of myself and learning to be proud of myself and all that jazz. Okay, my hair is wet because I'm waiting for it to dry so I can style it, and then we're going to another dinner tonight for my boyfriend's mom's birthday tonight. We're going to the same place. It's a nice little fancy restaurant, but his brother works there, so he gets 50%. So it's really nice because it's like we're dining like we're rich, but we're not rich because we get 50% off. Thank God, because I wouldn't pay for that if it weren't 50% off. I wouldn't be going there. They do have a really fun little wine tasting though for $12 that we did, and it was so fun. But the girl didn't even charge us, which she was such a little doll. I loved her. She was so cute. But yeah, so I'm gonna go so I can get ready, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of The Double Life. And I love you guys. If you guys have any requests, just leave it in the comments below. Always leave everything in the comments. Seriously, I want to hear all your deepest, darkest thoughts that you're comfortable sharing. And I didn't have a drink today, but I'm parched right now. I really need to drink some water because I also weighed myself and kind of regretting it because I shouldn't have done that. I'm like, oh, I had hot Cheetos today. Um, I'm not sure what I thought I was doing there. I always do that. I like self-sabotage myself because it's like, why would you do that? You're gonna weigh yourself at 4 p.m. after eating like a bunch of bread and hot Cheetos and nacho cheese with jalapenos. Like, okay, girl, why would you do that to yourself? Honestly, just never weigh yourself because it's like truly always makes me upset. But we're going to go slay the day. And I hope you guys have the best day or night ever. Love you. Bye.